This is a Sports Catastrophe production.
Hey there, hello there. It's Jeff Cutterdon and welcome you to another Sports Catastrophe Birthday Boy. And the birthday boy for today, August the 20th, is a boxing promoter who still is alive despite being 91 years old. He was controversial, but, you know, he was a good boxing promoter. He promoted the Rumble in the Jungle, the Thrill in Manila. Yeah, you knew he was old enough. He promoted lots of prominent names, but some of them have sued him for defrauding them and all that. Mike Tyson even said that he did more bad stuff to black fighters than any white promoter in the history of boxing. King was charged with killing two people in incidents 13 years apart. In 1954, he shot a man in the back, finding him trying to rob one of his gambling houses, but it was ruled justifiable. And in 1967, he was convicted of voluntary manslaughter for stamping one of his employees to death and served over 3 years in jail. He is Don King. Everyone should know about him. So anyway, Don King was born in Cleveland. He went to Kansas State for a while but dropped out, but he ran an illegal bookmaking operation out of the basement of a record store. Anyway. So when he was in jail, he read everything in the prison library. He was released in 1972, but his criminal record was not expunged until 1983 when the Ohio governor gave him a pardon. And many people wrote support for him. So Don King entered the boxing world after convincing Muhammad Ali to box in a charity exhibition in Cleveland. And in 1974, he got to do the fight. The big fight between Ali and Foreman, because Foreman was undefeated, he was big and tough, and Ali was trying to get back the world heavyweight championship that he lost via the U.S. stripping him because he wouldn't go to the Army. Now, my point of view is that it's possible maybe the Army wanted Ali to just do some basic training and not really put him in Vietnam. But, yeah, we just didn't know what their plans were. But so anyhow, Ali and Foreman would fight inside here at the Rumble of the Jungle. The fight took place very early in the morning so the American viewers could watch it. As anticipated. He got $10 million. He made a $10 million purse for the fight. And he got the government of Zaire to help. And this is not Mugabe's thing, because Mugabe was Zimbabwe. Anyway, King would actually arrange Ali's fight with Chuck Wepner. The fight that would actually be the inspiration for Rocky with Sylvester Stallone. And he would manage to get rights to the third fight between Ali and Frazier in Manila. It was amazing and all that. Don King was just that great. And he would have an impressive roster of fighters. Larry Holmes, Wilfred Benitez, Roberto Duran, Salvador Sanchez, Wilfredo Gomez, and Alexis Actuaro. He would be promoting other great fighters. Mike Tyson, Evander Holyfield, Julio Cesar Chavez, Aaron Pryor, Bernard Hopkins, Ricardo Lopez, Felix Trinidad, Carl Sorrente, Terry Norris, Azuma Nelson, Andrew Gulata, Mike McCallum, Belder Taylor, Marco Antonio Barrera, John Ruiz, and Ricardo Mayorga. He actually was the concert promoter for the Jackson's victory tour, or, the Jackson 5 in 1984. He purchased a Cleveland newspaper called the Call-In Post, which served the African American community. Personal life, his wife died in 2010 at the age of 87. He has one biological daughter, a biological son, and an adopted son. So anyway, he actually conducted an annual turkey giveaway each Christmas for several years in South Florida. So anyway, Don King was always being investigated for his connections with organized crime. King actually was investigated by the Senate with his connection to John Gotti, but he pled the fifth. Unfortunately, Don King was known for controversies abound. Here's some of them. He had issues with Muhammad Ali because there was a lot of litigation. Ali was sued for underpaying him in the fight with Larry Holmes by holding him back $1.1 million. King would actually give a friend of Ali a briefcase of $50,000 in cash and all that. Ali signed the letter and got the $50,000. Ali was in hospital because of his failing health. The friend actually regretted helping King. Anyway, Larry Holmes would also be angry because he alleged that King had cheated him out of $10 million in fight purses, saying he was really underpaid. Holmes would settle for $150,000 and would sign a legal agreement pledging not to give any more negative information about King to reporters. My God. Jeez. Tim Witherspoon said he was threatened with being blackballed if he didn't sign exclusive contracts with King. He would sign 4 contracts of servitude. But anyway, Witherspoon was promised $150,000 for his fight with Larry Holmes, but only got $52,000. King's son took 50% of the purse, illegal under Nevada rules. Witherspoon sued King for $25 million in 1987, but he only got $1 million. Mike Tyson was always angry at King, saying that he was ruthless, deplorable, and greedy. Tyson sued King for $100 million, but he only received $14 million. Terry Norris sued Don King and stood out of court for $7.5 million. ESPN were upset at Don King. Well, Don King launched a $2 billion defamation suit against Walt Disney's ESPN after a documentary alleged that King had killed not once but twice. Killed twice and threatened to break Larry Holmes' legs. King was upset, saying that it was showing Don in the worst way. But it was actually dismissed because King could not show actual malice from the defendants, and that King had failed to prove that any of the challenge statements were false. Lennox Lewis wanted to sue Don King because King used threats to pull Tyson away from a rematch with Lewis. And then King caused controversy when introducing Donald Trump at a campaign event at a black church in Cleveland by using the N-word seemingly by accident. Yeah. Don King was in a Miami Vice episode. He really wasn't in many things. He was in Knight Rider, one episode of Knight Rider. Anyway, and Moonlighting. He would be betrayed in a lot of ways. In a HBO movie about Mike Tyson, King was portrayed by Paul Winfield. HBO did a movie, Don King Only in America, with Ving Rhames. Rhames being Don King, and he won a Golden Globe Award. Don King made an appearance in South Park. Well, not as himself, but in the spoof when Jesus and Satan were going to box a Don King caricature. Was there too? So yeah, it was funny. And all that. The Simpsons paid tribute to Don King. In the episode The Homer They Fall, about Homer becoming a boxer and then ending up fighting Dredrick Tatum, a caricature of Mike Tyson. Don Lewis was portrayed by Lucius Sweet, voiced by Paul Winfield, who actually was there. So anyway, it was funny with Lucius Sweet and all that. Homer even commented that Sweet is exactly as rich and famous as Don King. It looks just like him too. Huh. That's funny. Yeah, but Don King basically brought boxing to his knees. Only in America. Anyway, I'm Jeff Diamond. I do.